All right, hello everyone. Journal Luke here, getting ready to do the IRL 60 minutes at Zandvoort on Saturday. Here is going to be a rain race. I'm connecting to the server right now. All right, so we're gonna practice for 1 hour. Now, while I do this practice, one thing I got to keep in mind: the pit stop requirements. Fuel is required in the pit stop, but it's not required that you change tires. Now, I'm not really sure. I'm not too experienced on when to change tires in the wet, so I'm really just going to use as much as I can of this 1 hour of practice and just look at my lap times. I should be aiming for mid 46 lap times, mid 1 minute 46 lap times. If they drop down to like 47s, 48s after half an hour, I might want to see if it's worth, changing tires or not. Because if you do change tires, that adds 5 seconds to your pit stop. Before I go any further, let me go ahead and upload the thumbnail to this live stream real quick. Got my laptop right here, so I'm just going to upload the thumbnail. Hopefully it works this time. I know I was having issues with that last time. Okay, should be working this time. So now I'm going to upload that thumbnail now. And that thumbnail should be live. And now I'm going to open the chat on my laptop. If my laptop wants to work. Okay, there we go. Hey, Brandon, how's it going? Okay, so I'm getting the chat open on my laptop. Okay. So that should be good. Now I'm just going to copy and paste the link on my phone and paste the link of this live stream to a lot of different Discords. Give me just 1 second, guys. And of course, some things you got to look out for here is that with it raining, you got to maneuver this track a lot differently than when it's dry, especially at turns 4 and 5 and turns 12 and 13, which I'll explain that more once I'm actually out on the track. For now, I'm just sharing the link of this broadcast around. Okay, and now I'm just going to post it to 2 different PSN groups, and then we'll go ahead and jump out there. Okay. I'm going to open the chat on my phone as well. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and load my race setup. Well, actually, you know what? We should get... Oh, man, I'm split. Because I do want to go the full 60 minutes without pitting of practice. Well, whatever's left, 60 minutes now. And see how much my lap time's reduced to actually know if I want to change tires. But I haven't got much practice of pit entry either. So, oh, man, I'm so split. I'll do this. I'll load my race tune. I'll make it to that, for now, I'll make it so that we do 0 liters of fuel when I pit. And I'll just... actually, I'll put it at... I'll put it at 10 liters, so we have 8 liters so we can practice pitting a couple times. And but I won't change tires in the pit stop, so that way I get to practice pit entry, but I also can weigh out how much my tires are going to wear. So I'm not going to change tires. Hey Darnell, how's it going, man? So of course it's not just driving that you got to adjust in a wet race, you also got to adjust a lot of things in the setup of your car. I've made my slow dampers a little bit softer to make the car more predictable. It's less twitchy that way. If your shocks and struts are more stiff, you're going to be more twitchy. You do get more agility that way. You do get it being more precise in the dry. But with the car being more twitchy in the rain, that's definitely not a good thing. So I softened up the slow dampers. I've added a couple more clicks of downforce to the rear wing. And of course, you bump up the TC and ABS. Definitely want to feather the throttle a lot more in the rain. I don't know about that one, Darnell. One thing I do that a lot of people don't think about in their wet setup is I make the rear camber of the tires just a little bit more flat. Not a whole lot, maybe just like 0.1 millimeters more flat. So here we go. Through this section, you want to be a lot more shallow of a line. You want to cut it really close to that rumble strip, so that way you can get away with a lot more throttle without having to lift. You cut it very close to the grass there when you brake now. Braking's very tricky in the wet here. Try to just keep the car as stable as you can. Use as much throttle as you can get away with. Just try to keep that line real nice and shallow. Got to be very patient with this kind of driving. And of course you want to brake a lot earlier than you would in the dry as well. You can't really get the same amount of stopping power when it's the sweat. Throttle discipline is very important. Now turn 12 up here, I'm going to brake a little bit earlier, go to second gear and really cut it very tight there, even tighter than that ideally. Have a lot of patience through turn 13 on the throttle, because you will run very wide on the exit as you get a lot of understeer on throttle when it's wet. So again, at turn 12, I'm going to brake earlier. I'm going to try to go right over this rumble strip, but you got to be careful on throttle there. So you can see it rotates the car a lot more because it's so slippery when it's wet. And those rumble strips are going to cause a lot more slip than the asphalt will when it's wet. Of course, there's different material on the surface. Turn 12 is just a very tricky situation in general because you do want to line it up for your corner entry and keep it real shallow given the weather conditions, but at the same time that forces you to go over a very slippery rumble strip. Here we go, turns 4 and 5, you got to keep it really shallow through here, which is so hard to do. Car wants to go wide. Try to keep it in a straight line when you brake there. And I had to lift there. I went on throttle a tad bit too early. You gotta have so much patience with this. So I'm about 2/10 off my pace now because of me having to lift after turn 5. Go brake right before the 50, go down to second, try to get on that curb, but be careful on the throttle. There we go. Easy, be patient to go back on throttle, and now punch it. Slight lift there. Probably could have gotten away with it without lifting, it just would have cut it really close. Had to lift massively there. And that's why getting your line right through turn 4 is so important. And see there, I didn't have to lift at all, just more patient to go back on the power, and that's going to help your pace a lot more. How's it going, Norm? Ran a little bit wide there. Wasn't patient enough. Well, that sucks because we were 6/10 above pace there for a while. Got a 45. Alright. And that's on race fuel, too. Not on a low fuel load. Still got 40 liters in the tank. Braked a little bit late there. It's making us go wide. Lost us a good 10th there. Here we go, turn 4, keep it very close to that rumble strip. Turn in a little bit earlier than you would in the drive to turn 5. Try to brake in a straight line, keep it nice and tight downhill. Go on throttle a little bit later, keep that patience and you don't have to lift at all. Oh, and we nicked the grass. We wouldn't be in the red on the Delta if we didn't nick that grass at all. It happens. Okay, be patient through here. There we go. Maybe a little bit too patient as we're 3/10 off now. Try to keep this as tight as we can so I don't run too wide on the exit. We barely just got away with it, but we had to counter steer all the fishtailing. We can definitely be more aggressive at turn 13. We're being too cautious there. Oh, that was a little too late on the brakes. Oh, that's not a good line for the entry. But we still made it work. We made it work. Still feel like I can get away with more at turn 13. Ferrari's going wide. How's his rejoin? Perfect. Here's a part that I really need to work on. Keep it tight on the rumble strip. Watch for that extra rear rotation. Now go on throttle a little bit earlier than we have been and see what happens. Just hold on to it. Oh, almost. We're cutting it very close. See, that's why it's hard to trust it. It's hard to trust it and just stay committed on throttle. We're gonna stay wide just in case. Okay, the McLaren is letting us through. You gotta watch that pit exit during the race though. Not everyone's gonna let you have it. if we can really nail it this time. Come on. I got too scared again. Turn 13, I just can't stay committed, and I lift a little bit.
Yellow flag accepted.
And our tires are getting too hot, actually. Let me practice pit entry real quick. Let's go towards the pits, and definitely am very unfamiliar with the pit entry here. Zandvoort is kind of unusual. So we'll see what we need to work on there. I was cutting it way too close. Okay. So my front left is at 31.4. Definitely don't want it to be that high, so we're gonna... Well, is it gonna... Okay, it's not even gonna tell us how much wear we had on the tires, so that's annoying. It does do that on dries. And it doesn't tell you if you had any tire damage either, so you really don't have any way of knowing. So that's the downside here, because I didn't have the temperatures right, so I really did have to go back to the garage and adjust the starting pressures. But the downside to that is that I wanted to stay on the same pair of wet tires for the majority of practice, so that way I can really see if my pace starts dropping off, if I get too much tire wear, because I just don't know how that's going to be like. And we're just going to definitely be in the dark now, because I already just... What it does with wets and ACC, the wet tires, is that any time that you reset the car, like just now that I went back to the garage, it automatically resets and puts you on a fresh set of tires. So that cancels out the testing that we were going to do there. It's one thing that's annoying about ACC, and that's why it says 3.00 millimeters of tread on every tire here. That I assure you, that is not the tread on these tires that we were just on. So really the only way I could gauge out is I would just look at how much my pace would be dropping off after, like, I don't know, 40 minutes. But there goes that plan. I guess we're just going to wing it. And without having any data to back it up, we're just going to say no tire change. We'll just go for it. Same pair of tires a whole hour of the race. I have no idea how long the wet pair of tires are going to last here, but we're going to try it out, I guess. We're going to try it out. Now, let's see. We're using 2.56 liters per lap. So we could adjust the fuel strategy, but we definitely want to adjust the tire pressures. Let's do that first. So, what is the temperatures right now? Okay. So, we want to make this 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll bump that one down 8 clicks. We'll bump this one down 7 clicks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This one will bump down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And this one 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Let me turn the brightness up on my laptop real quick. You kidding me? I have to flip it around just to turn the brightness up? Okay. Because I got you guys on my laptop so I can read chat there. Screen was too dark. Okay. So the starting tire pressure should be better there because you really don't want them to get too high above 31. I like to keep them at the mid-30s. I'm going to calculate my fuel load in a second here. But it's kind of bugging me how I can't really... I was going to test how much my pace would drop after 40 minutes. But I can't now because we're going to be on fresh tires without a choice. So we really can't test that anymore. So I'm just going to wing it and say screw it. I'm just going to say... I guess I'll figure it out during the race. I'll decide then, like, is it worth me going to new tires or not? Now I'm just using a calculator here to figure out. So 2.56 liters per lap is going to be a 60-minute race. I'll round up to 2.56 or 2.57 liters, sorry. And let's see what lap time we were getting. It is a 45.8, and that's on race fuel, not qualifying. So 45.8, or sorry, 140. Oh yeah, 145.8. Okay. So total fuel load for the race should be about, I'm going to say 95 liters. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm thinking like I might want to start with a high fuel load and then just pit and add like a little amount of fuel, so that way I can be. Hey Graham, how's it going, man? But I'm thinking if I'm not quite sure whether I want to change tires during the race or not, I might start with a high fuel load so that way I can still last into the third quarter of the race before I have to pit, and then see if my lap times are dropping a lot, and so that way then I can decide during the race if it's worth changing tires or not. Because if it's only the midway point, if I just split the fuel load half and half, then I'm gonna have to pit in the midway point then, and then I have no idea if my tires are gonna drop off a lot in the second half or not. What do you think I should do, chat? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if it might be worth me starting with a high fuel load, just so that I can last into the third quarter without doing my pit stop, to then decide, are my tires dropping off enough for me to change tires in the stop as well? But I'll go ahead and, just in case if I am going to change tires, I'll go ahead and make these starting pressures a little bit lower as well. And of course I can adjust these on the fly during the race as well, but I'd rather get them in a general spot on where they should be beforehand. Okay. Well, I'm not asking because of the fuel. I'm asking because the reason I'm thinking about starting with a high fuel load is just so that I can last without having to pit into the third quarter of the race to see how much my pace is dropping off in lap times to decide if it's worth changing tires or not. Because if I change tires in my pit stop, that's going to be an extra 5 seconds in the pit stop, but I might regain that pace. But I mean, are the chances of me having my pace drop that much? Is it like I have a feeling that it's probably worth just staying on, because it's only a 1 hour race. It's probably worth just staying on the same time. Like I'm gonna play it safe and just make my fuel load split even, probably. I'll do this. I'll start with 55 liters and we'll box and put in 40 liters. So that's my final strategy call right there. Starting with 55, we're boxing, putting in 40 liters. Hopefully the starting tire pressures are better now. So I'm adjusting the race tune there. So let's see, 4117, if I can remember that. Okay. I'm doing 95 liters for the race. This is my qualifying tune though, and I think for qualifying I'm going to close out the, well no, the brake decks I'll keep the same, but I'll just I'll bump up the tire pressures by just 0.2 psi each, so that way they heat up faster for qualifying. Well, I'll do that once it actually gets to quali though. But I'll do 20 liters for quali because that way I'll last the majority of the session. Well, actually, I'll do 17 liters, and if I have to box, I'll just add 10 more liters of fuel. 18. That's final decision there. Oh, well, happy birthday to your son. How's it going, Garrett? Okay, so now I'm just gonna have my quali tune in, and I'm going to go ahead and already put it to low fuel, so that way I have to keep boxing for more fuel. Okay. Because I do want to get more practice for pit entry in while I still can, so that's what we're going to do now. Okay, we got 22 minutes of practice to go. We're just going to focus on trying to get lap times better with a low fuel load now, so we can get ready for qualifying. And we're going to practice pit entry, because pit entry is very weird at Zandvoort. All right. Somebody already knocked over the sign of the pit exit.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Oh, buddy, come on, let's move.
There's a slow car ahead.
Jeez, what are you doing, man? Well, that was interesting. what happened in Spa.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Oh, somebody hit the speed limit sign at Spa.
Yellow flag in sector 3. Yellow flag. Be careful there.
I feel like I could have been more aggressive on that pit entry there, but the previous time I did it, I was a little bit too aggressive, but I'm getting close to the right balance. That's why I do this. So let's go ahead and add 7 liters actually to make it 10. So we'll have a total of 10 liters of fuel here.
Mandatory stop and start clear.
I'm not in a Honda, I'm in a Lamborghini. I think YouTube automatically just deleted whatever chat you sent, Jamie. YouTube can be weird sometimes.
Yellow flag ahead. Charlie in front. Yellow flag in sector 3.
I had to lift there.
Slow car ahead. Yellow flag. Be careful.
Who killed a mod? What do you mean? What does that mean? Oh, it was terrible.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
People that are parked in the pits need to hit the return to garage button so that way we don't get these false yellow flags. I keep getting the line off through turn 4. So then I need to lift off throttle.
Yellow flag ahead. Watch out. Well done, mate. First one past the stop. Yellow flag in sector 2.
Didn't have to lift that time. Try to keep it tight. On throttle a little bit too late that time. Interesting. I'm not going for time right now. I'm going for pit entry practice. Because if I cross the finish line, then I will run out of fuel the next lap, and I'm trying to just consistently keep going into pit lane to get practice in that way for pit entry. That was perfect. See, that's why I practice pit entry. You can just nail it when you practice it enough. And that can really help you in the race. And that's why I'm barely putting any fuel in again, so that way I have to pit again pretty soon.
Let's go, 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 go.
Darnell. Well, I'm just hoping for a clean race, of course. I mean, you never know when it's raining like this. Hopefully everyone keeps it nice and steady on the first few laps and under control. Stays at a comfortable distance from everyone, especially with that spray that the cars produce behind them.
Yellow flag. Be careful there. Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Say what? You're the one who said it.
Yellow flag
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yellow flag ahead, charging front.
I did not. Shut up. We'll cut some grass. Had to shift down into second just to get a little bit more forwards momentum. Not the easiest to save it in the rain. I think that was a lot of tire scrubbing, though. We might have damage to the tires. I'm going to change tires in the pits now, even though we only have 9 minutes of practice left. No, I didn't mean to hit change brakes. The stupid D-pad is so loose. It's a cheap steering wheel.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Okay. Yeah, I could tell the weight just shifted completely to the rear end there, so I had to shift down to second to get more, the weight completely shifted to the front. So I had to shift down to second to have more weight shift to the rear. It's pretty good. I watched the Kyalami 9-hour. How about you, Kelly? The 9-hour was pretty uneventful, though. It wasn't really the most exciting race, but at least I still watched it. When cars get in the way, I can't see. It's never easy to get in your box when there's a car in the way. Darnell, that's funny. Yeah, I'm changing tires though, just because, man, that slide that I had to correct was definitely detrimental to the tires. I'm gonna have to turn a fan on. The room's getting scorching hot. Let me turn a fan on, guys. I'll be right back.
Come on, let's go.
Alright, hopefully that fan doesn't create a lot of background noise, but I need it because this room is just a sauna right now. Oh, there's no rush, Kelly. It's just practice. to check, actually. I don't remember off the top of my head. Oh, that's a little wide. Oh, qualifying's 15 minutes. I remember now.
Yellow flag. Watch out.
Oh, that was a terrible exit. We turned in too early. We should have stayed out a little bit longer and then turned in.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
Yeah, it is. Oh, come on. See, I'm trying to get away with more throttle. Because I keep lifting, but then that happens when I don't lift. Get a better exit this time? Much better. Yes, that public lobby madness. I was talking about it.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Because somebody was even driving backwards. There, like, so many things happen in that. Get this just right this time. Come on. No, see, that's too conservative. I need to be more aggressive than that. But I'm scared to be aggressive now because of what happened last lap. But I can't be that cautious. I gotta be pushing it a little. Really gets to your head, though. That was a good exit there. Okay, let's try to nail turns 4 and 5. There we go. Keep it as close to the rumble strip as possible. Turn in extra early so that way we can break in a straight line, not hit the grass. Keep it really tight. And now. Roll off the brakes nice and easy. Lines it right up to go on throttle before you hit that apex. You want to have your line as shallow as possible on throttle on the wet, so lining up the nose beforehand nice and early is really the key to being fast when it's raining. Yeah, not too many it looks like. I guess people are scared of the rain. Okay, qualifying is about to begin. Checkered flag for practice. Why did I just go to first gear? I'm so... my brain just didn't want to even work there. Alright guys, hopefully qualifying goes well. My goal is to place 10th or 9th in qualifying if I can. Oh my god, Darnell! 43.5, what? Darnell's injecting steroids into his Porsche. He goes to his car with a syringe and his car's on steroids.
Green light. Go, go, go.
Yeah, let's not shift to first before, I was supposed to go back on throttle, but I braked instead. I have no idea why I did that. That's embarrassing. Alright, let's load in the qualifying tune. 18 liters. And let's bump up the tire pressures all by like 0.1 psi. And that should be good to go. Actually, our rear left, we're gonna just keep it right where it was. So let's go back there and put that right back down 0.1. So knowing how you make a small change like that, now it has to load for like 5 full seconds again. Come on, load! Okay, there we go. Oh, for my league? Yeah, me too, man. See the track that our first race is gonna be at? There was a real life race there today, so that was pretty cool to watch. Just wish there was more cars in it though, there's only 10. And there was no Lamborghinis, what's up with that? Oh, these tires are very cold. So are the brakes. Yeah, BMW did very well today.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Hey, Pirates, what's up, man? Nice weather for ducks. Yep. Just qualifying now. Alright, guys, let's try to get a good qualifying lap in. Here we go. Full focus, full concentration. Oh, this one's gonna be good. Let's see what it is. 45.4, all right. Oh, TC really kicked in hard there.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Braked a little bit too late. I don't know if this one's it. We're just gonna have to nail turns 12 and 13 and hope for the best. Try a little bit more partial throttle through here. I don't know, might be it. No. So the partial throttle actually slowed us down. This isn't it. Jeez. This one might be it, guys. Let's see this. Come on.
Yellow flag is right in front.
Come on. Go, go, go!
Yellow flag in sector 2.
45.1.
This is me, Elizabeth.
We did it. Already looking like we're 2/10 faster this lap too. Let's keep it up. Oh, we were slow that turn. Still over 3/10. Let's go.
Yellow flag in sector 1.
Come on. 44.8.
Fastest lap so far.
Oh, had to lift a lot there. I went on throttle way too early. Oh. We're just gonna get more fuel then. We still got 4 minutes. Thank you, Noor. I messed up this lap anyway, so we're just gonna box, get more fuel. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, yeah. 2 laps. And I put in just enough fuel for that. I'll put in... Okay, we're putting in 8 liters. Just why not? No, we'll put in 7. That'll be enough. That'll be enough. We'll be cutting it close, but that'll make us faster. Okay, come on, come on, come on.
Mandatory stop and start here. Come on, go, go, go.
That was a burnout. Keep heating those tires. We'll wait for the 42 car, and now we go. See, I love how I just put in my best lap ever and we're still 11th. Oh, McLaren into the wall. All right, here we go. That was a bad exit. Yeah, this isn't it. We're just gonna have to accept what we got. Well, starting in P11. Hey, Andy, how's it going? Kelly, you actually want to really avoid the curbs when it's wet. I think the only turn here that you almost have to go over the curb is turn 12. Because the curbs get really slippery when it's wet. But turn 12, you really need to. Yeah, what's up, Andy? But yeah, curbs get very slippery when it's wet. And they will easily unsettle the car if you put any throttle down while you're over them. Yeah, this is IRL's European League, so this isn't a European time zone to accommodate people from Europe and Britain and all that. Okay. So let me... Oh, guys, we're using more fuel now. 2.66, so let me readjust on my fuel strategy. Let me pull up the calculator again. And 2.66, and our lap time, well, in the race we're probably going to be mid 45s, so I'll say like a 45.6 lap time. Because we're not going to be as fast as we were in qualifying in the race. We're going to have a lot more fuel in the tank. So we got... Okay, we're gonna have to use 3 extra liters of fuel in the race than we calculated earlier, because we picked up pace, and so we're putting more throttle down now. So I'll start out with 58 liters instead of 55, and hopefully that'll be enough. You know what? One extra liter won't hurt. I just want to play it safe. So we'll put in 59 liters. And that should be a good call there. Hopefully. I mean, we do have the pit stop, and the pit stop will make it to where we obviously won't be using fuel for a while. No, don't hope for that, Kelly. No. Well, that's inaccurate. Why are my last readings showing that? Oh, because I'm showing a different tune than qualifying, of course. But I think my rears were like a tiny bit too hot, so I'm going to put them down both by just 0.1 psi. The rears. The fronts were fine. If there's a wreck in front of me, first of all, I could collect into it. People behind me might not be careful, so then I can get rear-ended, which happens a lot. Usually I'm the one that's careful, and the people behind me are not the ones that, like, you know, you see a wreck in front of you, so you slow down because there's a wreck in front of you, but then the people behind you don't slow down, and then they just go bloop right into the back of your car. But I also, like, it's not really that satisfying passing people from freebies. It's a lot more satisfying passing people, like, you know, like, but then again, it's Zandvoort, so the only hope you have for passing people is either a difference in pit stop strategy or freebies. So I don't know, but I just want it to be clean, though. I don't like when there's chaos. Okay. Yeah, I tend to be the pinball. Like, I slow down because there's a wreck in front of me, and then people behind me just go whoop whoop, and then they just rear end me. Like, no one is as careful as me, I guess. Alright. So everything should be fine here. We put the rears down by 0.1 psi. We added 3 more liters of fuel, well, 4 more liters of fuel, just because we're being more aggressive on throttle now. Okay. That's the final touches I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave everything else where it is. Here we go, guys. It's almost time to get rolling. I'm going to plug in the charger to the laptop so you guys don't die on me. All right. And I don't have enough time to try to pee, so we're probably going to be holding in pee by the time we're like half an hour into the race. Yeah, it does. It really does, Kelly. It does.
Stay single file.
Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Kelly. Yeah, that's always a goal. It'll be an amazing one coming from P11, but last time it came from P12. Granted, there's more overtaking opportunities at Monza than there is at Zandvoort, but I think I still prefer to race at Zandvoort just because I really hate Monza. You know, I actually have a video where I'm going to be ranking all of the tracks in ACC from worst to best in my personal opinion. Like a ranking the tracks video, and that's going to take a while to edit, but it is in the works, so be on the lookout for that, guys. It might take a month to make, though. And I just started on that video, so it's going to be quite a while. That's a very big project to take on. Oh, somebody's got dirty tires already. And that's going to be muddy tires now because of the wet. Okay, here we go. Almost green flag. Got to be on your toes when it's raining like this. Race starts can be chaotic, so we're going to keep our distance. And we're going to be as careful as we can be, but we got to hope that the people behind us are going to be just as careful, because I cannot control what goes on behind me, but I can control how fast I approach what's going on in front of me. So I got to be doing as much as I can. I don't care about pace in the beginning. I only care about being careful in the beginning. Hopefully everyone shares that mentality. Thank you, Graham. And we are about to go green flag, and our engines are about to roar as we head into turn 1 as it's pouring down rain.
Car on the left, clear on the
everywhere. Last place now. Lovely. Get the car turned around back here. Gosh, man. People behind me. I told you, people behind me. I'm always careful, but the people behind me are not. All that practice for nothing. See, I told you guys, it's always the people behind me that aren't careful enough. I hate it.
Slow car ahead.
Oh, we got 13.7 seconds of damage. And I got distracted! I got distracted, that's embarrassing. Come on, Luke. I was looking at chat while I was in the braking zone. Come on. It's not your guys' fault. It's my fault. But I'm already just not in a bad mood because of that. 2 people decided to retire from the race. My car's just so damaged. I have no grip. No grip. The car's way too damaged. We're gonna have to repair it, man. Yeah, my alignment's just all over the place right now. Yeah, people just aren't careful enough, man. Like, there's a car that was wrecked in front of me, so I slow way down, and then people behind me just go BAM! Right behind me. And then everyone else that was coming up to there wasn't careful, so then like 8 more people collect into it. It's like, come on, guys. Why was I the only one that was careful? We're going to get our mandatory stop out of the way while we repair the car. This feels like the Barcelona race where now, like, the race is ruined right off the bat in the beginning. I don't like Lewis Hamilton. I really don't like him. Okay, here comes a lengthy pit stop. You have 52 seconds to repair all this. Fun stuff, guys! You know, there's a wrecked car ahead of me. I slow down like everyone should, but no one behind me slows down, so then crash, 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 crash everywhere. Like, I've lost track of how many people hit me there. It's ridiculous. Like, not a single person slowed down enough for that. No, that would be a stupid rule, but people just need to be careful. Like, why on earth were people coming up that fast when there's wrecked cars ahead? It just makes no sense.
Mandatory stop is now clear. Let's go, 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 go.
I didn't crash to any of the cars ahead of me. I only got rear-ended. And I got hit from behind from like 10 different people. Well, at least we repaired all the damage. And we're not dead last at least, but I think the... Well, no, nobody's retired. Okay. And of course, we're going to have tremendous amounts of tire wear from all the times we were just spinning all over the place. Fun stuff. Yeah, but trying to gain a position when there's a wreck ahead is just so stupid. Like, it's much better to be safe than sorry, which is what I was trying to do. But then the people behind me, go figure, they don't care about the wreck ahead. And they just add to it by a lot. Well, that's because GT7 is ghosting Indy, so here in ACC, if someone's wrecked, you can collect into them. Their car doesn't ghost, you know, so you got to be really careful here. But people don't get the memo. Got to keep my head up, though, and just focus and try to recover as much as I can, how many positions I can recover. So the three cars ahead of me, none of them have done their pit stop yet. So those are guaranteed positions. So we're at least going to be in the top 11. If everything goes well. Looks like we got a damaged car ahead of us. So we got to be really careful. That BMW is definitely damaged. Oh, they're both going slow. What's going on? Come on, guys, don't wreck, come on.
Faster car behind you.
Faster car behind me, are you drunk? of the inside of turn 1. What is he doing? What is he doing? Oh.
Yeah, no, that's good.
All right.
There's a slow car over there.
Well, there's lots more chaos happening, so we're definitely working our way up just because everyone else is wrecking. I'll have to tell you that later, Kelly. I'll show you it after this race. How about that?
Car on the right. Clear on the
That
right.
was dangerous. You should have been on the right side ahead of time if you were going to pit. You almost just ruined my race, dude. Come on, people. That was very sketchy. I lucked out, though. I would have been pissed if that would have... Man. Yeah, right? I've noticed something. Both league races I've had at Zandvoort now, I've got distracted at one point in the race on the braking zone to turn 1, and I go off into the gravel. Both races now. You can ask Nor all about that. Yeah, it happened again earlier though. not ideal.
Car on the right. Clear on the right.
Okay.
There's a damaged car in front in sector 3.
Lots of people still haven't done their pit stop, and I have. So I just got to keep that in mind. Another wreck ahead. This race is very chaotic. You know, I can't remember who did it, but the person that said, let's hope that there's wrecks ahead of me, this was your fault. I'm joking, I'm joking. But do you remember how before the race started I said if there's wrecks ahead of me on the first lap, I can easily get collected into it? Exhibit A.
Yellow flag in sector 3.
Yeah. We're just trying to recover as much as we can, though. Which you never know, I might still get at least a top 10 finish. Which after what happened on lap 1, I'll be happy about that. Oh, we're gonna get him up here. We're gonna get him up here. Oh, not quite. Oh, he went over the race curb. Oh, we're gonna overtake Tango. It's just a matter of time. And I'm sure he knows it. You're not getting away from me, Tango. You're absolutely right, Andy. Here we go. Oh, he messed up a lot there. Here we go, come on. Not quite, he's guarding the inside. Good defense there. He knew I was gonna go for it there. Oh, he's in the grass. He's in the grass, now's our chance. Keep it tight.
Car on the left.
Whoa, dude, what the? Are you kidding me? That's on you. I'm gonna let this Porsche through. That was on you, Tango. You turned into me. I was already to your side. Like, come on, man. He's probably gonna blame me for that too. We shall see. I'm not gonna repair damage again though. I got tangoed.
Yellow flag accepted.
Yeah, I know, right? That was definitely on him. He just turned directly into me. I was just going straight. I don't know if he thought I was behind him and he tried to close the door to defend, but I wasn't behind him. Yeah, I agree, Brandon. Oh well. I'm I'm just glad that it hurt him a lot more than it hurt me. Because it would have been way worse if he continued onwards after that and my car was the one that ended up spinning and off track. I mean, I'm not saying like I'm glad that he just got hurt in the race. I'm just saying I would prefer that when it's not my fault. I think we put in too much fuel. I think Bloxham is sick. Well, no, he's not racing because I said I was going to ram him. Okay, we're gonna let Little Mac by. Oh, he's not in the inside. Okay. I was about to let Little Mac by. There you go. Go, 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 go. With Johnny in my rearview mirror, I'm just picturing him going like, "Here's Johnny!"
Car on the right.
Go, 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 Johnny! Go, go, go! Go! Come on, Johnny, go! Get up there to Little Mac! We need to get Brandon back on the track. Number 85 just got a penalty. This is way too late on the brakes. Oh! I was looking at chat again. I need to get better at that. Some streamers are so good at that. Like, I don't know how some streamers can have their eyes, like, glued to the chat and still drive well. I need to work on that skill. Hey, Combustion, what's up, man? We're having a pretty terrible race, to be honest. And none of it's even my fault. I've been in 2 wrecks, one of them major wreck. And it's because people around me just aren't really careful. The first wreck we got in got us all the way down to dead last place, and by a lot, too. Kelly, I know. He's really good at it. And there's a lot of other streamers that are too. I think the more I do it, the more I'll get better at it though. Okay, we got a blue flag car ahead of us. Lapped traffic ahead. Man, my tires are just destroyed. And it's because of the two spinning incidents. We're gonna have to let Fluka by once he gets close enough. Okay, he wants to go for the move now, so we're gonna let him. I don't normally see Vic doing a 1 hour race. We're gonna let Vic by.
Car on the left. Clear on the left.
Good to know, Kelly. These tires are shot. They are spent. It's mostly because of those two wrecks. Okay, 6 seconds to go with 15 minutes left. Well, he's gonna get slowed down because he's got lap traffic to let by. And we've already let Fluka and Vic by. Although we're gonna have to let P6 by pretty soon as well. Which my tires are so shot that I can't even make a turn right now. P11 is 4 seconds now. P11 is 3.5. Still got 12 minutes to go. Catching up to him's half the battle. It's going to be hard to pass him in this track.
Yellow flag in sector 2.
Alright, that's P11 right ahead of me now. Let's get him. The hunt is on. He went wide there. We're going to be gaining a little bit more. We're within the same second of him now. And of course, he's going to feel pressure now that we're getting this close. So we're going to use that to our advantage. When he's under pressure, he's going to be going on throttle too early. So we're going to try to stay more patient through every corner. What did I tell you? He just went on throttle too early right there. And there, too. He's definitely under pressure. And that pressure's only going to get worse and worse the closer we get to him. Well, that's okay, combustion. We still got 8 minutes to go anyways. And I had to let a lapped car by, so that probably slowed us down. went wide again. He goes wide at turn 1 consistently. Keep the pressure on him. 7.5 minutes. He fishtailed a little there. He went wide. There we go. I told you patience was going to be how we beat him. I lined up that move ahead of time, and it worked. We definitely did put in too much fuel, though. Oh well. Hey, we're in the top 10 though, at least. These tires are so dead. racing while I plan on getting next. I'm not sure what that means. I'm sorry. Oh my god, these tires are so dead. I have zero grip. Hang on. Just one more left to go. So I already have new pedals, but I can't even install them yet because I need a $90 adapter. So that's gonna take a while. I am not rich by any means, so it's gonna take me many months to afford that $90 adapter because I got those new pedals for Christmas. And they are Fanatec Club Sport V3s. And I also want to get the brake performance kit for them as well. So that's my first financial plan for sim racing. So I'm not using those pedals right now yet. It's going to be a while before I can use them, but I do have them. And then, so wide. After I do get those pedals and I'm finally able to use them to get the adapter and the brake performance kit, then I will start thinking about upgrading my wheel, and I will probably get one that's like a $1,300 setup, so it'll take a very long time to get. But I'm gonna get the Fanatec DD Pro 8 Newton meter wheelbase, the Endurance model button hub, the I think it's called their Club Sport what is it called? Hang on.
Alright, check it back. Good job. You did the best you could. I'll bring the car back.
Let me turn my volume down, hang on. So I'm forgetting what the name is of the terminology of the thing that with Fanatec that holds the paddle shifters and just the thing that you connect the wheel to that connects to the wheelbase. I think it's called, yeah, the wheel hub, I think is what it's called. So I'll get the Club Sport wheel hub and a Turn R305 rim, and a, like I mentioned, the DD Pro 8 Newton meter wheelbase. So that will be all in total about $1,300 with the Endurance button module as well, because that's the same button module on the Porsche wheels in GT3. But yeah, once I get all that, I mean that's going to take a long time to get that though. Yeah, but that's probably going to take me like at least like 3 to 4 years to get. So that's just way down the road. I mean, I got this wheel and pedals together. I got it for like $140. And it's got tons of wheel flex. It's definitely really cheap and plastic. Not magnetic shifters. Very limited amount of buttons to use. And the buttons look like a video game controller, so it's not very race-like. Lots of plastic everywhere. And a lot of the buttons are just unusable. Like the D-pad, you can only use one of those. You can only map it to like one thing. You can't use all 4 directions on the D-pad, because once you press one direction on the D-pad, it wants to register like all of them. So that's one downside to this wheel. Also, the knob is way too loose for you to just do one click at a time. So if you try to map this knob to something, you try to turn it one click and you end up turning it 4 clicks, because it's just so loose. Like, everything about this is like really cheap. So it's the bare bones minimum, you know, and it's got a very limited amount of buttons too. Yeah. But it gets the job done for now. And it's obviously not direct drive, and it's not even belt driven, it's gear driven, so that's about as low quality as you can get for sim racing. But like I said, it's just what I have for the time being. Well, guys, top 10 despite, you know what, let me save the highlights so we can see what happened on lap 1. I'm saving the highlights so we can see what on earth happened at lap 1 there. But, yep. P10, can't complain after all that drama. So let's go ahead and check out the highlights then. Alright. Well, first, before I do that, someone was asking me, well, he probably left by now, but somebody was asking me, how do I change the number? So here's the thing. With these official liveries, like right now, K-Pax Racing is an official livery. If you want to put a custom livery, it can only work for online lobbies. So what you do is you would join an online lobby with this livery, and at first it would have, like, let's say, like the number 3 here. So you do that, and then you back out of the server, and then you go into this here, or sorry, you go to add. No, hang on. You go to this here, and then it would have like Assetto Corsa. You pick that, and then it has the numbers that you already loaded in earlier with like no livery. You pick that, and then you load it for your online selection, and then you go back into the server. And oh, so you were the one who asked, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you so to recap, because I was all over the place in explaining this. So to recap, let's say this is how I would do it. If I am in the K-Pax number 3, I join an online lobby like this. And I just wait for like 2 seconds. Then I leave the lobby as long as other people are in it. If you're the only one in it, it won't work. So if other people are in that lobby, you then back out, and then you just go back to your car, and then, well, first of all, you have to hit add if you haven't already, and then you go to the car, and then you can select any car number here. Like, you can just type in like 888888, and then you can just hit. I'm not going to hit save because I don't want to save a new thing. So let's say hypothetically you saved it. Then you just go to your team. You pick Assetto Corsa Competizione as a team. And then you pick like the number that you saved. So let's say 31. Then you hit confirm. But you don't do this in single player like I'm doing here. Do it for multiplayer. So you'd be in multiplayer. And then we go to the server list. You go to this right here, the team on the left side of the screen. And then you do it there. And then you would select. And then you go back into the server, and then it will actually it will load in the new number and load in the livery that you were the first time you loaded in. So it won't be a blank livery then. But in my case, this league that I'm in, they're very tech savvy. They're very good with technology, so they have just permanently saved all our driving numbers, so we don't even have to touch that. I don't know how to do that for my league. Don't ask me. So that's the explanation and rundown on how you do it if the league wasn't like putting software in for that already. Okay, let's check out the highlights on what on earth happened on lap number 1. And I guarantee you what it was is that I slowed down. I couldn't turn to the right or the left because there was cars to the right or left of me, or at least that's what it seemed like at first. And then people behind me just slammed me into it. Yeah, no problem, man. Okay, so this was after the wreck. Let's go back a little bit. Okay, so it looks like, well, first of all, let's go to the people that wrecked up here. So let's go to the McLaren. Oops. Let's go to him. slow motion. Okay, so I think he hits the red BMW, or the pink BMW coming up here. Yeah, he's going to hit that pink BMW. Let's see whose fault this is. That's on the McLaren. That's on the McLaren. But the BMW did kind of close the door on him, so it's kind of a shared blame, but I'd say there's more blame on the McLaren. So we know whose fault that is. Now, if we go back to us, we are slowing down because there's a wreck ahead of us, and I really wasn't sure which way the car's going to go. So at first I went to the right, but the car's sliding to the right, and keep in mind, this is in slow motion. This is happening a lot faster during the race. So I realized, okay, I can't go to the right, and then I think people were coming up to the left of me. If we go to... So I could have passed around the left. Oh, no, because, see, this car's coming up fast right here. This Bentley was coming up fast, and I saw that on my radar, so that's why I didn't go to the left. And I tried to brake. It looks like okay, so I rear-ended the BMW a little bit there before anyone rear-ended me because I was spooked to go to the left because I saw that Bentley flying up. Like, I really believe that if I tried to pass around the left, it would have ended badly too. So there's really nothing I could do because that Bentley, I don't think he was slowing. In fact, let's focus on the Bentley first and see, because I think that red Bentley wasn't slowing down at all. Yeah. But let's see, this Bentley, let's put it in full speed, so not slow motion. Because I think he was just coming in full speed. Like, watch this. Oh, he got rear-ended. Okay, so the Bentley was flying in because he got rear-ended. Because I noticed on my radar, a car to the left of me was, like, coming in really fast. So, yeah, if I tried to pass around the left there, that Bentley got rear-ended. So the Bentley slowed down, but the person behind him didn't. So let's see who rear-ended him then. It was number 26 BMW. Yep. Dude, he braked like a year in advance, and you didn't. Like, what the heck? And if that didn't happen, I probably would have just passed around the left, because it was that spooked me. Because I saw that there was a car that was passing really fast on the left, and so I wanted to just stay put. Yeah, but I didn't know. I mean, hindsight's 20/20. You know, like, when you look back at it like this, everything is a lot more clear on what decision you should have made, but... I mean, it was scary to be in that situation there, and I didn't know what to do, so I kind of was just holding my brakes. But all I know is that there was fast traffic around me. I really didn't know the Bentley was going to go on the grass. And the Bentley he might have... I don't know if he went on the grass to avoid the chaos ahead, or if he did that, if he just ended up on the grass without his own free will. Let me see that. No, he ended up there regardless. So he just ended up there just as default by him getting rear-ended. So that wasn't like a conscious decision he made to go on the grass. But, man, I didn't know he was going to go there. But it all happened so quickly. And so, I mean, I was just back there holding my brakes. I didn't really know what to do. And if we go back, I want to see just how many people end up rear-ending me, though. So if we go to this BMW, so... He rear-ended the Bentley, which slowed him down. This lime green car rear-ended that BMW then. Well, lime green on the front, purple in the back. Fair enough. And then he gets rear-ended, and then he runs into the McLaren. He rear-ended me. And then when he rear-ends the McLaren, that makes him get rear-ended a second time by the Audi. Holy crap, that Audi, though. Let's look at this Audi. Did he rear-end people, like, left and right? Hang on. So we're going to put it in slow motion again. Look at that chain of rear ends. So he rear ends the BMW there, and then the Audi got rear ended by someone behind him, propels him forwards, rear ended the BMW again, and then he goes into my car, I think. Yep, goes into my car and spins me, and then that BMW hits the Audi again. This was insane. Like, this is such a pile up. So there's even people all the way back here that were involved. Let me see how far back it goes. The Lamborghini, I know, was involved. Yep, there's that. Did the Ferrari make it through? Oh, I don't think he did. Well, he might have. He might have. I don't know. Does the Ferrari make it through? Almost. Almost. But that Ferrari just spun the McLaren even more. So that was... The Ferrari was too eager to keep on going by. It wasn't clear yet. Ferrari should have waited just a tad bit longer. Wow, what a mess, though. What a mess. And the root of the problem all goes back to this guy right here. Man, And you know what sucks? This guy that was just one car ahead of all of that, he finished top 5. You see where I would have been if it wasn't involved in all that chaos? Like, my gosh, man, I would have been fighting for a top 5. Oh, like, that knocked us back like 5 positions, man. Oh, that just stings to, like, just knowing that he was right there with us. I don't know if it saved it in the highlights. I'll have to move my camera real quick to see. Hang on a second. Because it shows what highlight it is on the top right, so that's why I had to move the camera. But it doesn't. I didn't manually save that other incident because it was just clear as day whose fault it was. I don't think it really like necessarily needs like reviewing, but I will. But yeah, I definitely wanted to check out this because man, that's agonizing to know that Ferrari right there was. I believe he placed 5th, and I mean I'll have to check the results again, but I'm pretty sure he placed 5th, and. He was not too far. In fact, he was right ahead when that wreck happened. Like, look at how close he is there. We would have been battling for a top 5. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Oh, that is so annoying. I just want to look at this one more time where all of this stemmed from. So let's get an overhead view, actually. Okay. Yeah, looks like... That's on the McLaren. He should have lifted there. He should have lifted off throttle. Should have lifted off throttle. I do think it's a shared blame. I'll say this. I think the McLaren takes 80% of the blame, but I think the BMW takes 20% of the blame. But it's definitely a majority blame on the McLaren. It is a racing incident, though. It's not really like 100% someone's fault. But I do think the McLaren takes the majority of the blame there. But we've looked at this enough. So, Kelly, we can see if it shows the other one, but I'm going to have to glance through what it saved on the highlights here and just see if it saved it. I didn't think it was necessary to manually save it just because I already knew whose fault it was. But we can see if it's in here. Probably didn't save it on its own because all I'm seeing is overtakes right now. Yeah, we're already on lap 16. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think it got it. This is lap 28 here. Yeah. And there's my overtake against Scoot. So, yeah, it didn't save it. Nah, I don't think I need to make a ticket on that. I'm not the kind of guy who makes a ticket on everything. And to be honest, he already got a punishment enough because the contact he made already spun his car. And it was nothing race-ending for us or anything, but... Yeah, I don't think that's worthy of a ticket report. Now, I already submitted a ticket against somebody that did an unsafe rejoin at Monza. So I don't want to be like submitting tickets every single race, man. But I usually hold back on submitting a ticket. Go get Domino's Pizza. I usually hold off on submitting a ticket unless it's like really bad, which... That incident with Tango, it was kind of bad, but it wasn't horrible, you know. I'm just glad that it hurt him more than it hurt us. Now, don't misinterpret that. I'm not saying I'm glad that Tango got messed up in his race. I'm just saying that since there was an accident, I would rather the person who was at fault for it get more affected, which that's what happened. So we're fine with that. I don't really think, like, what happened in the race as a result of the contact was already enough punishment for him. Because he actually spun himself, and then he went off the track and hit a barrier. So, yeah. All right, guys, tomorrow I'm going to live stream another race. It's going to be at Donington Park. It's going to be my second race ever at Donington. You guys, if you remember what happened when I raced at Donington the first time, I was doing very well. I was in 4th place, catching up to the podium, catching up to the top 3, and then I collected into lap traffic halfway through the race. So being in 4th place for the first half felt amazing at Donington. I feel like it's a really strong track for me. I'm very, very good at Donington. So tomorrow, when I race at Donington again, we can hope that I have better luck this time. And that's going to be at a later period in the day than today's broadcast. But yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow when I race at Donington. Race fast, race clean, and I'll see you all in the next video.